Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and welcome to the New Card Report, one of the 3 remaining video series I'm still making. I'll come up with a 4th one next week, don't you worry. Still, there's plenty of new cards to report this week, and somehow I've already fallen behind. So let's not waste time, let's jump right into it. Shoutouts to Philly D. Duelist Nexus continues to have cute little spoilers day after day and week after week. And this time we've got even more dinosaur support. But unlike the generic entire type of monsters masquerading as an archetype in a deck, this is actual archetype support for a specific archetype. It's real! It's Evil. Evil? It's the dinosaurs. It's that thing from 2011 where the reptiles become dinosaurs, become dragons, and it saw meta relevance in the form of bunnies. Explain that one, liberals. Still, that's what we're covering today on the New Card Report, and also some other stuff. We'll get into it. Let's check it out. Evoltile Forest is a new level 2 for the deck. A reptile at that because it's an Evoltile, and if you know, you know. This monster has 900 attack and 300 defense, and the first effect activates on normal or special summon. To special summon an Evolsar, like dinosaur, dinosaur. I am rapidly deteriorating in a mental degree. Anyways, this will summon an Evolzar from your hand or grave, but in face down defense position. Now that's cringe. Do they even have a single flip effect? I don't believe so. Not from the dinosaur section of it anyways. This was almost the best effect in like the entire deck to date, but instead they ruined it, so cool. What else does this card do though? Well, it does let you set 1 copy of either Evo Force or Evo Instant from your deck to your field, which are both spell or a trap that tribute a reptile in order to summon a dinosaur. I'll get to these in a moment, but the last thing that this card will do is protect things. If a monster or monsters would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can instead tribute a reptile or dinosaur that you control instead. What a fucking mutt of a card. The fact that it's the perfect Evoltile right up until you can't summon the Evolsaur in face up attack or defense to activate their effects almost feels like it mocks the main deck support to me. Now granted, I've seen a lot of people say that these are all phenomenal, so maybe I'm just missing something and I'm dumb. So if you are an Evolsaur expert, by all means, educate me. I'll gladly admit to being wrong here. I'm just saying, why did it have to be face down defense? I don't know. Either way, we'll see what happens with the other support when we get to it, but good God, it's almost fitting how disappointing that first effect is for the start of the wave of support for Evil as a deck. That's my take. The fetching of the 2 Evo spell or trap is pretty neat though. Evo Instant will tribute any reptile to summon any dinosaur from the deck, where Evo Force tributes any Evoltile to summon Evolsaur, treating it as being summoned off an Evoltile. For the archetype, Force is better because it's getting the effects of the Evolsaurs, plus it's a spell, meaning you can activate it right away. And then there's, battle protection on a monster with 900 attack. Tell me that's not funny. I mean, it makes sense, it needs it, but like, that's some comedy. It's an interesting start to support. Let's all see if it pans out. Up next is Evolzar Rios with 1600 attack and 400 defense. On normal or special summon, this card lets you set an Evolutionary Bridge or an Evo Singularity from the deck to your field. You can also ignore Evolutionary Bridge because Singularity is the actual best card that this deck has. The other effect changes it up for the archetype. It doesn't activate if summoned by an Evoltile specifically, instead it activates if this card is special summoned by any fire monster's effect, or just on plain old normal summon. And that's one way to make it playable, I suppose. It will send 1 fire reptile or dinosaur from your deck to your graveyard, and then have 2 monsters on the field become the same level and type as the sent monster, which it just manually switches you to a level 6 or a level 4 dinosaur 99 times out of 100, I suppose. Plus, you can normal summon this with any other card on your board that's a monster, and you have a free Evolzar to set up, whatever you want on top of Singularity for a second one. That's pretty deep. That right there is an actual strong play for the deck. Kudos, Konami. It is worth mentioning that you can make the opponent's monsters become the level and type of whatever you send, though I don't know how practical that is. You have to then special summon it from a fire monster's effect on their turn, just to like make the Burning Abyss monsters the opponent has level 6 fires or something. And then they can just hard overlay into Beatrice, and then we're laughing. But still, it's neat, and more importantly, it's good. Last revealed thus far for Evol is Evolzar Raz. Raish? Raz? I don't know. It's a rank 6 dragon type Xyz. It's got 2500 attack, 1500 defense, and the materials to summon are any 2 level 6s. While it has materials, it can't be targeted by an opponent's monster effect, and when the opponent activates a card or effect, you can detach 2 materials to quick effect target 1 face-up card they control and negate its effects until the end phase. But it's okay, because if both materials attached to it are either reptile or dinosaur types, you can only detach 1 material instead. That is a neat one. It's generic, but it's even better in its own native deck, and even better in generic dinosaur decks. It's also a hot red dragon Archfiend Abyss for rank 6s of sorts, since that's basically what the effect is. Sure, you're waiting for the opponent to make a play, but you can negate any card on their field, not just the one they've activated, even a normal spell card that they've activated if you choose to nullify that as well. Plus, it looks like the Yu-Gi-Oh version of Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, which is a big plus as far as I'm concerned. Not too much else to say, this is simply a good card. All in all, the Evol support is a serious step up for the deck, although that's not exactly saying a ton when you look at the entirety of that archetype that isn't the, 2.5 Xyz that have seen play throughout the years. It irks me that the reptile summons in face-down defense, but I've made that clear. Otherwise, though, it is good for at least getting out Evol Force and allowing Evol purists to summon Evolzars with their effect, for all 2 of them that are worth summoning to get their effects out. Sorry, Evolzar players. Plus, the new Evolzar just forgoes the entire gimmick for the sake of actually being playable, which still lets you get its effect if you summon it the traditional way off another Evoltile, but it's just good by itself, which is great to see for the deck. And the rank 6 is of course a card that gets the strats approved as good as it looks, which is, damn, you love to see it. Let's be real, 3 cards are not going to fix this archetype entirely, so just getting 3 cards and having them be good is a phenomenal job on Konami's end. I applaud you, Konami. You did it. You tried making these dinosaurs good compared to the other ones with only 2 heads. Fuck it. There's 3 heads in my heart, damn it. Still, this is good stuff, and I can't wait to continuously rub in the fact that Evol got better support than generic dinosaurs. That is ouch. Also revealed were 3 new cards for the new Morelia archetype. The one with the sleeping child and the demonic eldritch abominations taking the form of common desserts and treats. How lovely. Yes, there's 3 new toys to play with, so let's take a look at those. New Morelia, it says Releasier? Realizer? Numerelia Realizer? I prefer Releasier. Numerelia Releasier, the Dream Materializer Sleeping Princess, is a level 10 light fairy with 1500 attack and 3000 defense. As for what our demon ice cream cone / ice cream cake ? Does, well, in your hand it can target a monster you control to place it on the bottom of the deck to special summon itself out, so it special summons itself, which is great on a level 10. And as for what it actually does on the field, well, on special summon it activates one of 2 effects, either to add a Dreaming Numerelia from your deck to your face-up extra deck, or to non-target Book of Moon 1 monster on the field. It'll also gain 100 attack for each face-down card in your extra deck, which is neat. It can be 15 plus 15 at the start of the duel, 3k when you start, and a useless 15 if you actually got your plays going. Numerelia. Both of the activated effects to summon and then either search or book are once per turns, plus it's either or means that it's either consistency for your deck or a piece of disruption. Is that good or is it bad? You tell me. The attack gain is unfortunate since, like I said, if I remember correctly, this deck wants to banish the entirety of its extra deck over the course of the duel. So, it's a beater early game. Copium? Let's find out. We still got 2 new cards to cover. New Morelia Dream Eater, Reviel, is a level 10 Dark Beast with 2500 attack and defense, and it's a fucking ice cream dragon. God damn. For being as goofy as it is, it also looks cool as shit. This one can also summon itself out, but this time by banishing 3 cards from your extra deck face down. So, like I said, our beater's not going to be a beater for too long in this deck. Summoning it out this way locks you into summoning from the extra deck for the turn nothing other than pendulum monsters, which is the standard for the other 2 level 10s they got previously. Its unique effect on field is to send 1 other level 10 beast from your hand or face-up field to the grave to set 1 New Morelia trap from your deck to your field. And it plays around Ash Blossom, look at that. But there were no New Morelia traps revealed previously, so you can probably guess what it is this next card is about to be. New Morelia Louve. Louve? Lauve? How North American do we want to get? How upset do we want the French to be? This normal trap, on activation, special summons 1 New Morelia monster or 1 level 10 beast type from your hand or deck in defense position, but will bounce it to your hand during the end phase. It can also be banished from your grave in order to target 1 face-up monster the opponent controls and have it lose 100 attack and defense for each of your cards currently banished face down until the end of the turn. Yo, there's synergy here! Because you can summon the monster Ice Cream Demon, the first one, and then Book of Moon, the opponent's monster. And that's it. You can make that play. That is the truth. The other play is to summon the other level 10 from Cyberstone Access, and then you get like protection from targeting. Or you summon the level 1, but I feel like its effect is best late game since it's also dependent on how many cards you have banished face down. So I feel like the conditions to summon it make you need to use it with precision more than just recklessly, or at least as of yet. You tell me. That's my take at least. In terms of the support, it's real. Real shit. The trap is solid enough, being the in-theme emergency teleport of sorts, and the Book of Moon is a Book of Moon effect. Certainly worse than the Vanquish Soul version that we just recently saw, but hey, it doesn't target at least. Copium. Look, I'm not going to stretch it out. This deck is a fan one from what I can gather of sorts, but not so much a good one competitively. I see a lot of people like loving it entirely, which kudos. I don't care for it especially, but other people can. Apparently these all follow the trend of the sleepy theme that the deck follows, with our first monster, the ice cream cone that Dreaming New Morelia is sleeping on. It's the mattress, so the more padding the mattress has, the stronger it is. I get it. And the ice cream dragon's an alarm clock, and it searches the trap, so it sets itself to summon out the Dreaming New Morelia, so it sets the alarm clock to get the girl on the field and wake her up. I get it. I see what they're doing. It is pretty neat to use game mechanics to represent trying to get a kid out of bed. It sure is nifty, but is that an apt summary of it? Is that a justifiable response to revealing new cards? Can I just... The fuck noise am I making? The point is, the dragon looks cool as shit, and what else is new coming from my dumb ass? I'll tell you what's new. This segue to today's sponsor, as always, the LIFD Magnetic Display. A fantastic and safe way to support the channel, as well as show off some of your favorite cards in a righteous and cool way. That's right, in a cool way. If you're not buying one of these, you are now officially being peer pressured, because otherwise you're a loser. A loser who can't even show off their favorite cards like an ice cream cone dragon. What do you want? You want to be a square? You want to be a friggin' nerd? You want to be a loser? No, you want to be cool and get 15% off your own LIFD magnetic display by using promo code YGOSTRATS15 at checkout or by clicking the link in the description. That's right. Discounts and deals and hearty meals. Don't eat the cardboard, kids. Thank you as always to LIFD for support, and thank you for watching. And legally speaking, what I just did is not cyberbullying. It was a bit, and you're cool regardless of what you do. Konami, please, I am terrified. And so that'll wrap it up for today's new card report. We're gonna have a new one coming out tomorrow as well, because there's Drytron, there's Unchained, and the fucking bear from Earth's Arctic went mech mode. It's unreal. Shit's just happening, and I can't wait to tell you about it tomorrow. And in the meantime, we can continue to wait for Friday's update, as always. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to YGO Strats. For the update, more new card reports, maybe a bag of chips to impress your smoking Italian wife. There won't be a bag of chips, and it's because that and you can be a true duelist. Fucking fell apart at the end there, but we did it.